conference will now be recorded.
Okay, welcome everybody to Liberty, as Kevin said, liberty and justice for all. Welcome Cheryl and Susan, and who's down here in the corner? Matthew. In the room, we have Jacob and Trung, teachers' pets today because they showed up. So I'm just going to have to give all these referrals to the two in the room. New listings, all kinds of treasures. Yes, Kevin showing off. Santa Kevin, good to have you here. Ho, ho, ho. Letha's joining us. Hey, I think we're going to have a party. This is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and do our around the world. Kevin is eager. He's already got his microphone on. He dressed for the occasion. So we want to hear what's going on in your business, right? This is we're pressing in last week or 10 days of the year. Let's hear what's going on, and then also tell us what your Christmas plans are. Kevin?
Number one, you read the hat, and the hat says it all. Jesus is the reason for the season, and we try not to forget that. So things are very good. I have a closing yesterday, have another closing today. And I was just telling Frank, 4 out of 5 of my last deals have involved a VA buyer. And so from my little anecdote of the world, I'm seeing VA buyers being a little bit more active. The buyer today is a young woman buying in San Antonio, buying a new construction home. She's going to go to the table and they're going to hand her a check. Literally, they're going to hand her a check for a couple grand. And we were able to negotiate a lot of price concessions, negotiate a very low interest rate from the builder. And there's just so much to be said. And praise God, this young lady, it's her second home. She already did this once in Alaska. She bought a home and then she got transferred to Korea. The Alaska home is being rented out. So she's, and I have yet to have, let me tell you this, guys, I have yet to have a single young male buyer. I've had several single young women buyers. The girls got it together. We hear this anecdote that 50 years ago, they couldn't even sign a mortgage. And that was before I was in the industry. But women have come a long way. And I think guys are busy playing on their phone and doing online sports betting instead of homes. So there you go. But that's it for me.
Okay, VA buyers finishing strong. Excelente. Cheryl Peck, tell us what's going on in your business and what you're doing for Christmas.
For Christmas, I'm just hanging at home. Just me, myself, and I, which is okay.
Baking cookies and eating too many. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, exactly. And getting fat.
Okay. Any report on year-end closings?
So I have a closing tentatively scheduled for Monday. It's been pushed, but now we have a major hiccup because the title company just received the payoff or whatever from the mortgage company of the sellers, and it's $40,000 more than they projected, which they were in pre-foreclosure. So I think maybe it's penalties, interest, I don't know. So now the sellers are saying they don't have 40,000. I don't know how we're going to close. So yeah, that drama's going on. Okay. I got a listing yesterday. I got a buyer yesterday, and I got a rental. It was a good day yesterday, other than that. So yeah,
December is typically a strong closing month. It's not necessarily a strong lead generation month, and you are defying the trend with that. So that's pretty awesome.
I've got a phone call tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow for a listing in Benders.
All right.
1.8 million.
Ooh, you just do a few dozen of those every year. You're going to be all right, Cheryl.
I'll be okay. It's finally paying off. That's right.
Okay. That's great. Let's hear from Liberty. Tell us about what's going on, Liberty.
Hi. Not a whole lot of activity with business. My sellers that I have in my neighborhood, they did find work, the husband, and so they're moving to Southern California, and they decided that rather than reduce even more, they would go ahead and put it up for lease also. So that's
Okay.
good. Hopefully we'll get some movement with that. And I am keeping with the slow and steady of farming my neighborhood. So I just started the 55 plus group. So I'm going to have a club here in the neighborhood. I just turned 50 and I'm getting a little bit of grief about that, but you know, don't age discriminate. You know, I'll start it, and if someone wants to take over, they can. I also have been told by 3 different people that they saw my commercial, which it's not mine, but I'm in it for the neighborhood. So that's kind of cool to get notice from that. And yeah, so that's what I've been working on, and I'm seeing some stuff happening from it. So I'm happy.
That's awesome. Okay, great stuff, Liberty. Yeah, if you can say the builder is featuring me in the ads for the neighborhood, that's pretty strong. That's very strong. All right, let's see. We got Matthew, Bob, Letha, Belinda, Susan. Any of y'all want to turn the mic hot and tell us what's going on in your world?
I'll go next. Good morning, everybody. It's Letha. I've got a listing that should be coming soon today. We were going to list it today, but they would be blocking off so many days between now and the 28th that we decided to just hold off and not disrupt their life sporadically. So we're going to put it as coming soon. And then other than that, I am all about Christmas and grandbabies and wrapping gifts the next few days.
Okay, that's as it should be, Letha.
And keeping Bill healthy.
Interrupted by an occasional closing, but mostly just Christmas gifts and hot chocolate and cookies.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Anybody else want to jump in here? What's going on?
Hey, Frank, it's Susan.
Yes. Go ahead, Susan.
How are you? I've been pretty busy myself. I have closed on a house last week. I've got a buyer right now that's ready to buy that I'm showing houses. And then I'm going to process of also listing this house as well. And then I had a lead come in, and this is where I'm not sure if it's for real or what, but Adam's kind of been helping me with it.
Okay.
Got a lead, came in and spoke to him. He is apparently inherited some money by marrying into it, and he is looking for about 300, spending 300 million on a working ranch.
Oh, wait, hold on. $300 million?
Yep, they inherited. I see Kevin shaking his head.
Okay.
Anyhow, we've talked to him. I actually ignored him because I thought it was a scam.
Mm-hmm,
And
yes.
then he started calling the office and inquiring more. So I had to call him back, and I set up a meeting with me and Adam to talk to him, and we did. He explained about how he got this money. He is looking for a working ranch. He is looking for any type of minerals, like anything. He's been doing his research. He's been looking. I didn't know what to make of it. And he sent us, after me and Adam got off the phone with him, I asked Adam, I was like, what do you think? And he's like, I don't know. I've heard crazier, stories. But
Susan, I have to ask, has he provided you any evidence?
So this is where that comes in. So I had texted him yesterday, and I told him that I spoke with one of the brokers with King Ranch, and and Adam told me to do this anyways, and that's what I was going to do, that I need you to sign a disclosure, and I need to have some type of proof of funds. And he responded, give me a few days and I'll send it to you.
Okay, great. So,
yeah.
Susan, all I want to say is, if this works out, just remember your friends, okay?
I'm taking this as I totally blew him off for a week. Literally, I blew him off. And he told me, he goes, you know, Susan, and he told us while I was on the phone with Adam, he goes, you almost lost me.
Yes.
He said, I had already been calling other realtors because I didn't hear from you.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
said, I apologize. My husband was in the hospital for a week. You know, I'm very sorry, you know, but I will do the research. And I did a little research
Okay.
just so he knows, but I'm not doing anything more until I see the proof.
All right. So I have a question. I want a show of hands for everybody who's got their camera on. How many of you have already calculated 3% of 300 million? Let me see
Liberty
your-
has,
Let me see your hands. Okay.
Liberty has.
We are going to have to revoke your realtor card if you have not already done that math in
You
your head.
know, what happened is that his wife, or the wife, the lady he married, something happened with her family of some sort, and they were they're deceased, and somehow they inherited like this is what he was telling me and him, that he inherited like $3 billion. Now, and he is looking to spend no more than 300, whatever. But he's looking for cattle ranching, and he's given me all the land ID numbers that he's looking into. I mean,
Okay.
I'm
All
like,
right.
yeah, this doesn't happen to me.
Well, I was going to report that I have 2 closings on the 29th, but I think I'm just going to pull all that off the table now, you know.
Well, this is
300.
not for real, but if it is, I will definitely, you know, let you know. But
Okay.
right now, I'm just kind of not thinking too much into it, but
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
The documents are going to show everything. So, and
Right, and that's what I'm
hoping
waiting
it's
on.
legit.
And he is still communicating. I've looked him up on Forewarn. He hasn't lied where he lived. I mean, so I don't know.
Okay.
On the other hand, Frank, I do have to tell you one thing. Remember when I first started with you that I was with an old brokerage?
I
And
do,
you said
yes.
that and I know I got a call last night from his brother wanting me to list his townhomes.
From the broker's brother.
Brother, yep. And I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But
That's
I just
called a
had to.
referral, Susan. You just refer it to your friend Liberty or Cheryl.
Liberty knows who he is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, that's
Okay.
all I have.
Wow. Okay. Who can follow that? My goodness. So Trung or Jacob in the room, either y'all want to give a Trung? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna spin this around. Make sure you're in the picture there.
Hi, this is Trung. I have we put in an offer today for one of my investors from Chicago. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have 2 listings in Lake Jackson, but it takes forever. Every time I go out there, he say it's ready to go, and I go out there and we're missing some stuff, so I'm unable to take any picture. But we're gonna do that after Christmas. And then this week coming up, we just gonna start planning for next year. See what I need to do, put some action in place, and get ready for moving, going forward.
Okay.
So put up a business plan.
Yes.
Doing the business.
Yes. So business planning, that is my big agenda. Been working on for the last week. I'm working on it for the next week until Christmas Day when I hop a plane to Japan. But I have never done a business plan in my life as extensive as what I'm working on right now. I've literally gone back and accounted for every expense I had in 2025, sourcing every transaction, identifying the costs of obtaining those transactions, and then using that information to build my 2026 plan. Because I really want to do about 3 deals a month in 2026, 36 transactions, but I want it to be smooth as silk. I want to have it programmed. And I want the system to be running using third-party vendors and passive marketing systems, so that I'm just spending my time converting leads and servicing clients. So anyways, doing that upfront work makes it much easier for the rest of the year. So And by the way, I have a confession to make. There's Robin right there. Look in there. There's Robin in a cow coat. So I did not make icon status for 2025. And I am just extremely shocked and disappointed because I was tracking and I was on track and I closed all the deals I was expecting to close. I'm waiting for my award. And then they tell me I'm going to end up about $650 short. And I don't know how that happened. Because I've asked them to send me the whole spreadsheet, and they did. I just haven't had time to go in and check it. But doggone it, if I miss 16 grand over $650, oh my God, I'm gonna need some friends to console me. So, Susan, did you want to say something?
When you were speaking about your cap, so I also reached my cap with Adam too, so I don't have to pay EXP.
Okay, so that
Yes.
$9 million is just going to
No. So it's yeah. But
I told her she
I-
can't do that deal until next year because at this point I don't get credit for that.
Yes, that's right.
yeah, but I was pretty excited because I know it's not much, but for me, with being with them in like a short time,
Yes.
like I'm just amazed that I've already reached like my cap. And I told Liberty, I'm sorry, you're not getting paid right now.
Well, congratulations, Susan. That's always an accomplishment when you hit your cap. That's kind of like job one. Get to the cap. Start getting those 100% commissions. Boy, it's really a ride. And then you're back to reality when your anniversary date hits. But try to get through that just as quickly as possible. So let's open it up here for just a moment and talk about issues, questions, perhaps difficult transactions, or if you want to, go to higher level, talk about your 2026 aspirations and what you still need to learn or obtain in order to reach those aspirations. Okay, so it's kind of an open forum. Tell us what the group here can help you with. Go ahead, Jacob.
So
here he is.
all right, one thing I have, and I don't know, I think Billy's reached out to somebody out for it, but we have trouble filling open houses. So we're always interested in trying to, we just need to expand our reach within the EXP network for filling open houses for Builder Connect, because we're working with quite a few different builders now. So that would be an interesting.
Okay, that's a great one. I'm having that same struggle as well. Has anybody had success in recruiting other agents to do your open houses? Anybody have any thoughts on that one?
I have one agent I can introduce you to. That
Okay.
She does some open houses. She's been good.
Please.
She's on the Real Hope team.
Yeah, please. So is anybody, I think there is an open house app, and I may have just made this up in my own mind, but there's something back here that there is an open house app for realtors where we can notify each other. If not, is this a brainstorm? Do I need to invent this? Right.
Notify realtors that there's an open house.
Yeah, people can sign up for open houses or communicate their availability.
That app does exist. You can do it for showings and open houses. So if you need a door open.
Showami for showings.
So is that what you were talking about, Matthew, is Showami?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I did not realize you could do that for open houses.
Oh, you can do that? I thought it was just showing.
That's what he just said. Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's also an EXP group that I had on my phone for a while about if you want to do open houses or if you're
Yes.
holding them, you can share them on there.
So is that, and I forget the name of the new platform that EXP is using. Is it on the new platform or that old one?
It must be on the old one. I'm not sure. It got to be a lot, so I just kind of haven't looked at it in a minute. I think Susan would know where it is because she is the one who pointed it out to me at one point.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is it? The app, the open house app?
It's
I
the
thought it was a group, an
I
EXP.
don't, it was, but I don't, it was through EXP and I don't know if that even exists still. And now I lost all my stuff on my phone, so I don't know, but there is.
Okay, so let's talk about open houses for a minute. Oh, Cheryl, you get the next comment. Go ahead.
On that open house thing, I have on my iPad, what is it, Bold Trail or whatever?
Yes,
Which was, and I use that for every open house. I'm
You
still
use that
using
to
it.
register the
Yes.
guests who come. Yes, that
Yeah.
is a very powerful registration app because it takes the contact information, puts it directly into your CRM.
Correct.
And if you set up auto follow-up campaigns, it'll trigger them immediately. They can even get their first email or text message while they're still in the house. I mean, it is very powerful. So my question for everybody is, what place do open houses play in your 2026 business plan? And by that I mean, how many transactions are you expecting to close from open houses next year? And in order to reach that number, what commitments have you made? Number of open houses, anything that you need to do to sharpen your skills, use the app, get your materials together, advertise better, more signage. How many closings and what are you doing to get them? That's my question.
So my goal is to get to 20 closing next year.
Yes.
So that's my goal. I had done some advertising on my church bulletin board.
Yes.
So I'm working on that. And then I'm focusing on Bold 12 and try to promote, learn about that system.
Yes.
And then try to put out newsletters and stuff like that.
Yes.
Try to promote my business. So that's my goal for next year.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to weigh in on the open house question? Okay, Jacob's going to talk about it.
Oh, I don't really do open houses, but we like agents to do them because I work way too many hours now. But I also am trying to figure out a way to do open houses for commercial real estate, where if I could figure that out to get, because I have like some big industrial parks and big commercial listings that I'd like to figure out how to do. It probably not open house, but it'd be like whiskey and cigars or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what I would like to figure out for 2026.
Maybe over a weekday lunch hour or something like that.
And it's mostly commercial brokers and business owners.
So the reason I'm talking about open houses is, of the 30 closings that I had in 2025 or will have, because I still got 2 more to go, I would say that 25% of them were related to an open house. And sometimes they cross categories. Maybe it was an open house in my GeoFarm, that kind of thing, or somebody in my sphere of influence who came to one of my open houses and then purchased. I had those things happen multiple times, but open house was a piece of it. In fact, the 2 closings that I'm having on the 29th of this month are a direct result of meeting a client at an open house. I listed their home and sold it, and they are actually, oh my goodness, I just realized this is the second time this has happened in my career. They are purchasing the home that I met them at the open house at, that I showed them at the open house. So, and actually it only happened to me once with an agent who was hosting my listing open. This is my first direct. I held it open and sold it to the person who saw it first at the open house. So I am making open houses a bigger part of my 2026 business plan than they were in 2025. And what I already have in my plan is that I'll be hosting at least 50 open houses in 2026. So that's just basically 1 per weekend. But I am planning to start with an intensive open house campaign in January and February, trying to do at least 2 every weekend, maybe more than 2 every weekend. I did 3 in one day earlier this year on a Saturday, and I thought that worked pretty well. So what I'm trying to do is load up my calendar early in the year with lead generating activities, because I don't want to wait until the third or fourth quarter and then be playing catch up to get my 36 transactions. So I'm going to try to front load my year, and open houses is a key way that I'm doing that. Okay. So if we're not going to talk about open houses, tell me what you're doing. Where are you going to get your business in 2026?
So in the past, I haven't had good experience with open houses, but clearly a lot of people do. But what I've had good experience with is just meeting different people and creating the relationships. I didn't do a whole lot of getting out into the world this year, which I'm happy about. I'm where I wanted to be, just because
Yes.
I wanted to settle in my own new little house and in my neighborhood and all the things, right? But this year I do plan on getting out more. I went to the Waller Christmas festival thing that they had with the parade and all of that. And I saw a few people there that I recognized. I have a networking group here that I've started attending and doing all those things. And there's another one that I saw that was at the fair that I'm going to participate in also. So I'm going to do some volunteering and get my feet a little bit more solid in my area and meet new people that way. And that's how I've gotten business in the past, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, be more active with, I should say.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that topic in a minute, because I think that's extremely important. Bob, did you want to jump in here?
Just wanted to say that my plan for this year is to be, we try to do more, but rather to control more. So I want to do more automating systems. You were just
Yes.
talking about it, Frank, where you
Yes.
you set up the auto, that with AI and everything going on, I'm so far behind in that. I'm still doing a lot of things myself that I shouldn't be doing. So I've been culling through my SOI, my sphere, to get that down to the A group. And I'm
Yes.
going to do some old fashioned calling people and meeting them for lunch, just meeting them at their office, just face to face time, and try to, grow my business that way again, and really focus on my sphere of influence. Regarding open houses, I think they're great. I think they're very effective. I've had a couple of rural listings that open houses just can't seem to get those to work there. But I think it is definitely should be a viable part of your strategies. But mine is focused on my sphere of influence and learning how to spend less time doing things that can be automated.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to do that, because the only limitation any of us have is
Time.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got to make the most of it. Jacob has a pearl of wisdom. Get your marker ready. Here we go.
No. It was just what we're trying to do for 2026. We're trying to find an agent to bring onto our team. We've been actively getting leads for Facebook, and our qualified leads, actually in the last 2 weeks, every single lead that's come in, 100% have answered the phone and have been that person. So we have a new system at Marathon for doing that.
Okay.
And so it's very high quality leads. This last week alone, we got 7 buyer leads for North Houston.
Hey, I'm sorry, you're doing that for your business
For
or?
Builder Connect.
Okay, gotcha.
So these are buyer leads for new construction. Some of them are interested in resale. Some of them are just interested in buying land and then building in a couple of years.
Yep.
And so we've had 7 come in the past week. We've had about 18 come in since we started the campaign 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So
Is there
all
any-
answering.
Is there any of that Marathon can do for residential agents as a paid service?
That's what it is. It's residential.
I know, but I mean, could an agent hire you to do
Yeah.
that for them?
Yep.
Okay.
We
all
do
right.
it for other agents, but we're looking to bring on an agent right now that can work leads for us, because me and my business partner Billy don't have time to be constantly working all the
Yes.
leads, because we're building builder relationships, finding off-market land for builders and such. And so that's a big portion of what it is. And we're putting And we have great systems already being put in place, and we're building them out because I can build out any automations for anything now.
Wow. Okay. I hope y'all were listening. That was worth writing down. Very good, right? Overwhelmed with leads, looking for help. If that's not you, maybe you know somebody that you can refer to Jacob. Okay. And then if you're in need of leads, talk to Jacob to see if he can implement this in your business as well. Okay. That's pretty powerful. Thanks for being on our team, Jacob. This is awesome. So I want to follow up on something Liberty said, because I actually took the very first step in implementing my 2026 business plan this morning. I went and attended a men's Bible study group that met at a restaurant at 7 a.m. I have been invited to attend this event for several years, but one of my strategies for 2026 is to expand my local sphere of influence by joining groups. I'm probably going to join 2. This is the first one. I'm going to go every Friday morning at 7. They're done by 8:30. I can be on our coaching call at 9, so it doesn't interfere with anything. And then I'm going to look for one more opportunity. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm probably going to add about 35 men I will add who've grown accustomed to living in houses. So they are all good prospects. So I'll have these 35 will be an instant expansion. And then I'm going to identify another group that I can be in, and hopefully add another 35. Those 70, that right there should add 5, 6, 7 transactions in 2026 business. Okay. So think for a moment, what group could you join? And I think Liberty mentioned it was a Chamber of Commerce or something like that. There are business networking groups, there are church groups, there are fitness groups, there are running clubs, for example. You can go on, I forget the name of that website, anything that you're interested in, just Google it, camera clubs, butterfly collectors. It doesn't matter. There are groups. Oh, Meetup. That's what I was trying to think of. There are Meetup groups. You just Google Meetup, and there's a group meeting for anything that you have interest in. Okay, honeybees, whatever it is, quilting, and become a member of that group, and you instantly expand your sphere of influence with people who feel a kinship with you that goes beyond just meeting somebody randomly. Has anybody thought through that and have in mind already a group that you're going to join for the specific purpose of expanding your sphere of influence? Anybody else?
So my daughter is in the volleyball clubs. So I'm start building relationship with all the parents. So that's one of my goals, is to target that groups.
Or do you have access to their contact information?
Yes. Yeah, we have a list of all the. So basically, in her team is 12 person.
Yes.
So it's 2 parents, and then beside that, there's like different teams.
Yes.
And stuff. So that's my focus.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. And sometimes those kids have 2 parent households, so it can be more than just the 12.
Yeah.
It can be a lot more than that. And it looks like Robin and Danielle have joined us. I have seen both of them in the building. Robin poked her head in the door a minute ago, but good to have both of you online. I think this worked well. I'm going to talk to First Cup to see if they would let us have this conference room every Friday morning and not charge us the $35 for it. And if so, we just may make this part of our routine. It's kind of cool to have 4 of us actually in the room, or in the building at least. Okay, so we got a volleyball group, got my Bible study group, and one other as yet unknown. Think about what group could you join that would expand your sphere of influence, something that you would enjoy, you have a natural affinity for. Okay. Could be your HOA, by the way. Could be. In fact, that's the other thing I'm going to do. the book I wrote, the 100 Commands book, I'm going to start teaching that at my neighborhood clubhouse in late January. I'm going to start doing a once a week kind of book club meeting around that. And I anticipate I'll have 15 to 20 residents who come every week. And those will be new friends and new contacts. And it will give me a reason to talk to the entire neighborhood, all 572 homes. So it goes far beyond just the 15 or 20 who show up. It's the invitation to invite everybody. It gives me something to talk about, pictures to post on the neighborhood Facebook page and all that kind of stuff. Danielle, you posted in the chat. Let's see what you said here. A Mommy and Me play group. Oh, and Robin, a staging group. Okay, very nice. Well, hold on. Robin, I have to go deeper on that. A staging group. Are you talking about networking with other realtors in that? Or who is the staging group? I don't even know where you're at now. Are you able to talk? Or if we want to post in the chat?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Robin. Go ahead.
Well, I've got a piece of property in Harper's Preserve and it's vacant. And there's been other agents from EXP that have sold properties there. And they said that they staged them and then they sold. And so Danielle and I are thinking about putting something together where we can start staging. And
so that's a business strategy to sell more
Yes.
homes. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense to me.
Have you
Yes.
tried virtually staging it yet?
Okay, so Jacob, the tech guy, is saying, have you considered virtually staging? Have you tried that yet?
Yes, I've got the pictures are virtually staged. The problem is that it's a beautiful home, priced really, really well, but people are complaining or commenting that they don't know if the living room is big enough.
Okay, so you want to put
so-
real furniture in it and show them?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. You going to rebut that, Jacob? You know?
Floor plan?
He says, do you have a floor plan that shows dimensions of the room? And maybe you could virtually stage it and put a 6-foot sofa in there. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. That may be an option too.
Okay.
Staging costs like $3,000.
Yeah. No, staging is pricey. I will tell you, I have never done real staging. Some people do and swear by it. Some agents stage every home. We have, Trina Hoffland and Ann Buist. Trina rents a big room right here on this property for all of her staging furniture. And I mean, she's just got bowls and drapes and throws and candles. It just goes on and on.
I staged my own personal house and it was great. It was, what a difference it made.
Yes. So I kind of cheated on that a little bit last year. Bob and I had a listing in Windsor Hills, and I went out and I spent about $350 on light staging. I bought this stuff at home, just little stuff to put on the fireplace mantle, in the bathrooms, on the kitchen counters, and then some potted big silk plants to put in the corners. I thought that did make it look more warm, but we still didn't sell it. So that listing expired and someone else went in and immediately got a $45,000 price reduction. And it still took them another, 4 or 5 months. They did finally sell it. They gave it away, Bob. I looked it up. It was unbelievable.
Is there an idea though to start a staging company or group with a bunch of realtors?
So Robin, the question is, are you thinking about starting a staging company or just forming a co-op with other agents to share stuff, or tell us what's on your mind there? What are you hoping to do?
Just threw that out there. I don't know. I haven't really gotten past, it'd be kind of fun to do like a co-op type thing where you meet with other agents or other stagers and get different ideas of where, they like to shop and new styles that are coming out, blah, 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 So
Well,
I haven't really put much thought into it until you said groups.
big-
And then I was like, oh, we're just talking about that.
The biggest challenge in staging is storage for all your furniture. You know, well, then you've got to buy it initially as well. If you're hiring stagers, it's about $3,000, and you're only going to keep that furniture for, you know, about 8 weeks or maybe 12 weeks, and then you're going to have to pay another $3,000. So if you're thinking staging is going to be a big part of your business, try to solve the storage problem. Where are you going to put this stuff? And maybe someone in your family has a barn, or, you know, whatever. There may be some unique circumstance where you can do this, but there's you got to think through it. Then you've got the logistics of delivery and setup, and then tear down and haul back. If you decide to do real staging, it's a massive commitment. And that's why I'm just doing light staging. I'm still doing it. I bought a whole bunch of new Christmas staging stuff, you know, wreaths and holiday decorations. I feel like my wife all of a sudden paying attention to this kind of stuff. And I put those in my active listings that are vacant. And I don't know if it's going to help me sell a house, but it does feel better when you walk in. It does feel warmer, and you can get started in that for a few $100s. So that might be the gateway drug for some of y'all to move in that direction, or maybe just be satisfied with it. Okay. I've heard staging. I've heard join groups. We've talked about open houses. I'm going to encourage you, take some time over this next week, if you haven't yet, and schedule, block it on your calendar, because it's not done quickly. I'm going to encourage you to think deeply about what you want to accomplish in 2026 and take the time. Bob has told us he's been working on his database for weeks. He discovered he had thousands of contacts, and he's been sorting through those to get down to his A's. That is highly dollar productive activity, but it's hard work. So think about what you want to accomplish, and then develop your plans, find your vendors, okay? Buy the materials and the resources that you need. I know right now I need 3 or 4 more new listing signs. Okay, so I'm budgeting all of this into my 2026 plan. But go into it with a plan. And I'll tell you this last story, and then we're going to turn things over to Matthew. But many, many years ago, 20 years ago, I was listening to a Dirk Zeller. He's a coach from somewhere, Matthew, I think in your country, maybe up in Oregon or Washington or somewhere. I think he's based up there. And he was a top producer before he started his coaching company. And he told the story. He said one year, it was around Christmas time, he said he was taking a shower, thinking about the upcoming year. And he said he had this deep sense of peace and satisfaction come over him, because he had done the hard work of his planning. He already knew how many transactions he was going to close in the next year. He knew how much money he was going to make in the next year. It was so certain. It was as if he could go ahead and make the deposits in the bank. There was no stress over the upcoming year, because he knew what it took to get certain results. And he had put those mechanisms into play, and he was willing to put in the personal energy and time commitments that he would need in the upcoming year. That impacted me powerfully. And I think that was probably the pivotal insight that caused me to become such a fan of business planning. You know, I wrote a whole book on it, 1 Year, 6 Figures. And I continue to practice it, and I hit my targets almost to a T. Well, Icon, I missed it by $600. Okay, I can't call that a win, but nevertheless, you can see how close I came to my target. just by planning it out and then implementing the plan. So I'm very confident. Right, unless there's something unforeseen happens in 2026, I'm going to close 36 transactions, 3 a month, and I'm going to monitor my progress. So if 30, 60 days in, I'm not seeing the pipeline supporting those numbers, I'm going to revisit. I'm going to reevaluate and make whatever adjustments are necessary to the plan. It's not a carved in stone. It's constantly evolving so that you hit your target. Okay, you don't just say, well, it didn't work. Okay, so I'm very confident. I'm at peace. There's a deep well of satisfaction flowing over me, even though I'm not in the shower right now. I'm having that same experience that Dirk Seller did, that I'm going to have an amazing year, make 6 figures in 2026, because I'm taking the time to do the work. Okay. All right. That's my encouragement to you for your 2026. Matthew, what you got for us today? I'm going to turn off the recording.
Thank you.